Rani Bhavani of Nato.
Okay, please come, I'll explain. This Char Bangla temple under the protection of Archaeological Survey of India. This is a fantastic relief artwork made of terracotta. The same way we have Vishnupur temple, which is a world heritage. Some of the work here is as good, if not better, than Vishnupur. ASI, you can see right now it's under repair. ASI is doing the repair and the restoration work. Now the kind of pictures or the relief work they have done, it all depicts 3-4 things. One is our epic. That means you will find stories of Ramayana, stories of Mahabharata. You will see here Dasanand, that means Ravan, and many other things. And even the designs which we find in our textile, like Kari and all these things, you will find its repetition. You will find that also happening in our wooden carving. It's also happened in this terracotta work. It also appears in the textiles and so on. And it is a Shiva temple. So there is a pujari who comes and does the Shiva temple. Why did the Rani Bhavani built this temple was that when she was in Nator, she had a beautiful daughter, and on whom Siraj's eyes were there, and she didn't want to get her abducted or married to Siraj-ud-Daulah. So Siraj by force wanted to take her. So he went with his full army, and Rani Bhavani came. She led the army of Nator herself, and she defeated Siraj. Although her kingdom was part of the Shiraz Empire, it was undivided Bengal, so Bangladesh was part of the Bengal, and Siraj was the so-called king of the entire undivided Bengal. So she was a very brave lady. After Siraj lost the Battle of Palasi, then she came and settled here. And there is a house of Rani Bhavani here, which is in, of course, very dilapidated condition. I offered to buy, to restore that house, and to create a museum of Rani Bhavani, but they are still talking, I don't know. There's a further down temple, again, where there is a live deity which is also worshipped, and that is also a very nice temple. But since we don't have much time, we'll just see this. You will see from outside. You will see this part, that is the best of the. See from this corner, you can see some of the signs. This is one of the important archaeological site to visit when you are coming to Murshidabad. The beauty of Murshidabad is that nowhere else in the world you have 50 protected monuments by Archaeological Survey of India within a radius of 5 kilometers. Nowhere else, not even in Delhi. Delhi has a lot of protected monuments, but Delhi also don't have 50 protected monuments within 5 kilometers. See, we are not aware what Murshidabad is all about. Murshidabad for tourists is a paradise. We have not exploited it, we have not promoted it, we have not even created the required awareness among the tourists Even the Calcutta people don't know. Just imagine how a person from Germany, although I now know that a lot of foreign tourists are coming and staying in Badi Koti. I met some of them. Badi Koti is advertising and in the process transforming the economy of this Ajimganj. Let me tell you, this is a place where there's a lot of unemployment. The children don't want to stay here. I know I don't want to name the name. The children don't get even marriage proposals because they are staying in Ajimganj. So it's such a bad situation. So anything which will create economic activity here will do a good job. That's the reason I started this, because also from the perspective of the students, this is the best place and affordable. Because 4-hour journey, you come by train, you are there in 4 hours. You have palaces like Katgola Palace, which you don't find anywhere else in the other part of it, except in Rajasthan. You have Hajardwari Palace Museum, which has the highest number of visitors. Last year there were 2 million visitors to Hajardwari Palace Museum. Katgola Palace has more than 1 million. Jagat Seth's house has around 75,000, 7,50,000. Nasipur Rajbari also have equal amount of number. Then you have in Berhampur the oldest Armenian church. So, and then if you go to Qasim Bazaar, you have got Dutch cemetery, you've got British cemetery, you've got French cemetery. Qasim Bazaar was one place where all the European companies opened their offices for trading. Danes, Dutch, Portuguese, French and British.